More than $1 million and counting to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. The 37th annual Brian Bush Putt for Life coming up this weekend. The fundraising tradition brings families, friends, and the community together with two parents who have built a legacy around the loss of their son. Welcome to Marge and Michael Bush. They were our 2024 Pay It Forward Persons of the Year. Well deserved. You both have done so much. Let's talk about Brian and let's talk about his legacy and the Putt for Life tournament.
Wow. Well, I tell you, a lot of people don't know this, but Brian, I used to have a clown ministry back in those days, and I was a clown. I was Squeaky the Clown. Brian was Peanuts the Clown, and my daughter Erin was Scooter the Clown, and we all rode tricycles in all the parades. And Brian loved to be a clown. He loved to make people laugh. And then once he came down with his brain tumor, he would go to the hospital and pray with people, pray with adults or children here at St. Mary's. Or he'd go to be at Memphis, Tennessee, being treated there at St. Jude Children's Hospital, and he'd go to the hospital there and pray with the kids there. So he had quite a ministry of what he was trying to do to enjoy the world that the Lord created for him. And we as a family, Margie and I and my daughter Erin, Michelle, and Brian, loved to play miniature golf. There's nothing more exciting than to see a mother get a hole-in-one and the father can't get a hole-in-one, and the kids jump around to get all
excited. So Margie, did that happen all the time?
Yeah, right. Yeah, not all the time.
Not all the time, but everybody got really, really excited.
Oh, they did. And so then when the Lord took Brian home, he went through a bone marrow transplant, and then he went into a coma. And then when the Lord took him home, we're flying back from Memphis, Tennessee. They paid for everything. They flew us down there, gave us a room to stay in. Back in those days, back in 1988 and 1989, these were hotels. They didn't have places like Target House or McDonald's or Domino's Village that's on there now. And so they were flying us back, and I said to Margie's on the airplane, they paid for everything. I worked for Steelcase, I had good insurance, but they said, no, St. Jude, this is all research, we pay for everything. So I said to Margie, we gotta get back, because the doctor that came and told us that Brian's body had to be embalmed to be shipped from Memphis, Tennessee back to Grand Rapids, they were paying for that also. And I said to Margie, we got to give back. So what we did in 1989, we did car washes at Montgomery Wards and Rogers Plaza to raise money. And then we started to do this miniature golf tournament at Putt Putt Game and Golf, which was on 28th Street across from Sam's Club back in those days. And we raised $1,000 the first year. And then we prayed about it, and we said, we got to make this bigger. And so we prayed about it, and we got more people involved. We came up with more ideas, and finally, in 1994, we moved to Lushner's Village Green, which is in Granville on Old Chicago Drive. There's an upper and lower golf course, and now we have 14 designated holes that you can win prizes on. And so many prizes that we have people donate to this miniature golf tournament. We had over, what, 400
people.
Wow.
Last year playing miniature golf.
But they're scattered, so they're not crowded.
Yeah, it's a day. It's a day, and people come in and they play and socialize, and I mean, it's a great event.
Yeah, and it's free pizza and hot dogs and pop and water, and people sit down, and you know what's beautiful about it? They run into friends that they didn't even know they were going there. What are you doing here? How long have you been coming here? And they laugh and giggle, and you know what? They sit down on the grass or a chair there, and they talk and talk and talk. They can't get over. They haven't seen them in a long time. They're friends. We hear all this because they come up and tell us that.
What a joy to be a part of this. Margie, you guys just went to St. Jude's too in the spring.
Yes.
And to see how much has changed.
Yes.
You know, this golf tournament has brought more than $1 million to St. Jude's. And to see that, you said it was very emotional.
Oh, yes. They gave us an award, didn't they, darling?
Yeah, we were the top charity
for St. Jude.
Yeah, in the United States.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well
From
deserved.
St.
Yeah.
Jude Children's Hospital. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
All from West Michigan. So let's get people to this event. It's coming up this Saturday.
Correct.
If you haven't been, you need to get there. And this is
Yes.
totally free to attend. Bring your family, bring your friends.
And it's,
To be in the tournament is $25.
$25.
Yeah, that goes directly to everything we gets donated. So the money that you give us, $25, goes to St. Jude Children's Hospital. And so that's to be in the tournament to win prizes. And some of the prizes, like I said, are for children and some are for adults.
Okay.
Because some of the adults ones are for Buffalo Wild Wings and Uccello's, places like that, businesses that are adults.
Sure.
So,
Something
but-
for everyone.
Yes, that's
And
right. Yes.
may I mention
Yeah.
cookies for hole-in-ones.
Oh my goodness, I'm glad you brought that up. These are Putt Putt cookies. They're made by Dana Lucas. She is a pastry chef at Leo's restaurant. She makes these cookies just for the tournament. These are
Yes.
called Putt Putt cookies, and she makes them and she comes and gives them out. You got to get a hole-in-one.
Gotta get a
But
hole-in-one.
Once you eat these, you want to get back in line and get it again because it is so
They're
delicious.
that good.
Yeah, she only makes them for the tournament, and she knew we were coming here today, so she made this batch of cookies for you.
Fox
You're gonna
17.
love it.
Well, thank you. I can't wait to dig in. And you guys, thank you so much for all you do.
You know what's so good about this cookie? Even if you're eating it and you drop a crumb on the table, you pick it up and eat it. Because you know why?
It's that
so
good.
that good. Now, Margie would not do that.
No.
But I
Second
will.
rule, Margie. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You can't let that cookie go to waste.
That's right.
Absolutely. All right. You wanted to learn more? PuttForLife.com coming up this Saturday at Lushner's Village Green Miniature Golf.
Thank
10
you.
a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you both
Right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Marshall.
Thank you.